Speaking of additional platforms, that's what this one is all going to be about. It's all about the YouTube competition that could end an era. The next YouTube killer. Is this mystery platform we're going to talk about today going to kill YouTube in cold blood? Welcome to the Digital Drop. My name is Andrew Wall, and I'm here with Andrew Perrin, and we're going to help you take back control of your digital strategy so that you can do what you love for a living each and every day. I think Andrew Perrin's an official co-host now. I think it's official, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's an honor and a privilege. And I mean, basically, I just get to talk social media for an hour almost every day. I mean, I get most of the benefit from this, to be honest. So
you do, and audiences love you and they demand you. And today we have some really interesting things to share with all of you, as always. And it's going to be about how you can break through with your content and your strategy in a new, innovative way. There is a mystery platform that you guys probably couldn't tell what it is from the thumbnail of this live stream. But this mystery platform is going to provide you with a new opportunity to break through when you are up against incredible competition, when it's extremely difficult to gain audience on platforms like YouTube and Twitch. And we've got some interesting data to share with you here. We've got some interesting tactics. We've got some interesting real life examples. And some of our patrons have agreed to even do these strategies themselves. And enough teasing what it may be. Here's the thumbnail if you guys are watching on other platforms. It's got the Zuck on it.
So you know what it's going to be. It's definitely going to be Vapors TV. Right?
Vapors.tv is the next big hot thing. If you guys are not already familiar with Andrew Perrin, give him the quick rundown on why people should care about what you have to say about social media platforms.
Yeah, so I've been doing social media work professionally for about 7 years now. I've been doing marketing for about 10. I've worked on hundreds of different social media brands, international ones, gaming brands, kids brands, basketball. It's like pretty much every type of brand you can think of. I've had some experience operating social media for it. And I've been in the creator space for just about the same amount of time.
Yes.
And I've learned a lot of things. I've failed at a ton more things. So I definitely think, the only one I'm on here to tell you guys is what I've failed and what I've learned from it. And that way you don't necessarily have to do this same hurdles that I've had. And then hopefully it helps you. And so also I know all the algorithms behind each social platform, especially Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I study those regularly. I write about them on my LinkedIn. And I want to share that knowledge with all of you guys. So
that's it. This guy knows what he's doing. He's my go-to social media guy. And today, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is dropping, for example. A big game. This is going to be the biggest game in the world, the #1 trend in the world today. So I'd like us to use that as an example to walk everybody through with this new big trend is coming out. Every creator and every media outlet is going to be covering it. Even the head of YouTube Gaming is taking the day off work today to play that game and to stream it because it's the biggest thing on the entire internet. So how could you possibly break through and become a big YouTuber, a big streamer, a big creator with something like Call of Duty Black Ops 4? I mean, Dr. Disrespect and Ninja and Ali A and Typical Gamer, maybe even PewDiePie, everybody is going to be covering that game. So how could you possibly break through? Andrew Perrin, take it away.
From experience, on launch day of a massive trend, you're not going to break through on YouTube. You're not going to break through on Twitch. Every big personality, every big brand out there is going to be covering it. So how can you get through? How can you get an audience for something that everyone else is taking away from you? And we've had this message a lot on our other streams, but go where they aren't. Go somewhere else. And in this case, obviously today we're kind of leading up to talk about Facebook, because Facebook, you can specifically pay for the people you want, and that's the way that the platform is designed. And so, and a lot of big personalities and big creators aren't taking advantage of this, because they're locked in exclusively to Twitch.
Yep, I've got Twitch on the screen right now.
They're huge on YouTube. They're not really looking at Facebook right now, and they should be. This is one of those areas, in the past we've talked about, look at your competitors look at what they're doing right, and see what they're missing. Attack their weak spot. They are missing an opportunity here. And yeah, I mean, it's young in Facebook gaming's lifestyle, but there's already personalities with 2.2K concurrent viewers. There's already videos getting 82,000 views, going up to 100,000. Like, the views are increasing, the concurrent viewership is increasing, the money is increasing, and there are big personalities not taking advantage of this. A, because they can't, and B, because they just don't care, because it's Facebook and they write Facebook off, because a lot of people have a negative opinion of Facebook because, you know, their parents are on it, or for whatever reason. There's lots of big reasons out there to hate on Facebook, I'm sure. I hate Mark Zuckerberg or something. I'm not going on there. Young people aren't on Facebook, so I'm not going on there. I'll tell you what, they are on Facebook. You can target them via advertising. I know, I've been doing it for years.
Well, I've got Darkness429 on the screen right now as an example, so you guys know we're not full of crap. Darkness429, I'm pulling up his Twitch right now, a former Twitch streamer that had 165,000 followers on Twitch. As you guys know, that is not shabby at all. That is a successful amount by a long shot. And he has not streamed on Twitch since 2017. So where did he go? He didn't go to YouTube. I could barely find any socials or anything for him. He went straight over to Facebook. And so today on Twitch, as you can see right here, Shroud and Tim the Tatman and Annie and everybody under the sun is streaming Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on Twitch. And this is not just advice for gaming streamers, guys. We're just using this big trending topic as an example. Everybody under the sun is streaming this game on Twitch, and you're now competing with the biggest talent in the entire world for viewership. And what is Darkness429, the guy who left Twitch in 2017, doing? He is on Facebook gaming. And guess what? He is the king of Facebook gaming today, and he is getting thousands of concurrent viewers right now for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. He's got 2,700. This is climbing. This was at 1,400 when we were planning the stream like a few minutes ago. Now he's up to close to 3K. He's the king of this platform because he left Twitch. If he was still on Twitch, he'd be buried below Tim the Tatman and Shroud and Dr. Disrespect and everybody under the sun who's covering things there. And now he's the king here on Facebook. So what did he do? Is this something that other people could do? Why shouldn't they just stream on Twitch right now, Perrin, and try to become big for Call of Duty Black Ops and see if they can make it big? Why would they do what Darkness429 did and that is making him extremely successful right now?
Well, I mean, if you're going through Twitch, you got to think about it. You can't really put money into just growing. I mean, you can put money into improving your equipment. You can put money into improving, you know, the quality of your stream. But otherwise, you got to grind the long hours of streaming on Twitch to get up there. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And you just got to kind of hope you get noticed. You got to like network and build up your community with really hard work. It's a long path whenever everybody else is way bigger than you and they're streaming the same game. It's just going to be, I mean, you've got a really big uphill climb to go through there. And there's really not a whole lot of factors that you can take advantage of to help your path out.
So basically, the only factor in your control is time investment. So if some of you guys out there have no job, you don't need to go to school, you don't have a girlfriend or a wife or kids or what have you, and you can stream 14 hours a day, Call of Duty Black Ops all day, and you can tweak in your stream, you can tweak in your strategy, you can try to grow here as an example, go for it on Twitch, go for it. And maybe you could get there one day. By investing hundreds and thousands of hours of your time, you might be able to climb in a couple years and get towards the top of this list. But what if instead you invested that same time into Facebook? How quickly would you get to the top on Facebook if you did that alternatively? You invested your time.
I mean, if you just invest time into Facebook, you're not going to get anywhere.
That's why I asked that.
it's like the total opposite, right?
Right.
So because the gaming side is focused off of Facebook pages. Facebook pages are designed by Facebook, and you can actually find a quote directly by the guy from Facebook who owns the strategy for pages, saying that they're designed to be advertised. The Facebook pages are designed to be advertising tools, advertising platforms. They're not designed for organic reach. So a Facebook page is not something that you can just post content to and it's going to grow. Yay. No, not going to happen. You're not going to get anywhere. You have to pay because it's an advertising platform. So,
but I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. Facebook sucks. I don't want to pay. This is stupid. What do you say to people like that? They're like, I just don't want to pay. Like I shouldn't have to pay. They should be paying me. What do you say to that person
already in your time spent? You're paying. I guarantee you're paying more on Twitch via how much time you sink into that and how much you're getting out than you would if you spent a little bit of money on Facebook and got a return. Yeah. It's much better. Trust me. You don't have to spend a lot. In previous streams, we've talked about spending $5 to $10 a month. And sometimes that's all you need for a Facebook page. So when we say pay, we're talking Netflix monthly subscription here. We're not talking like big dollars like, oh, I got to sink hundreds of thousands of dollars into this Facebook page. Sure, you can if you've got that kind of money. Most of us don't. And I think we're kind of tailing the stream for the people who don't. I mean, I know I don't. I've never sunk that much money into my own Facebook page for sure. And so you don't need a lot of money to get there.
Yeah.
I've gotten 11,000 page likes on my Facebook page, and that is really only spending probably $40 or less realistically. And I could actually get more for less if I wanted to, but it's a matter of like how much quality do I want those followers and likes to be. I'm a good enough advertiser. I know like how to range that. I've done it enough times, but the general premise is you're already spending way too much time somewhere else.
Right.
More time, like you would be spending a lot of money for that equivalent amount of time. If you were making $10 an hour off that, and you're streaming, like 12 hours a day on Twitch, that's a lot of money per day that you're like, and that's only $10 per hour, right? So if you think about it as like a job where you're not getting paid hourly, how much money you're losing by just streaming massive amounts of hours over there, I can assure you Facebook pages are a lot more efficient. You don't have to spend a lot. You can spend a very small amount and be very efficient with it. If you've got a good advertiser friend like me, or you play around with it enough that you understand what you're doing, you can maximize your results and get a lot out of it. I think it's a much better, more efficient way of doing things because you can also manually target the people that you want. You're not just throwing your content out into the ethos of the universe and hoping that like the right people stumble upon it. You can specifically find those people, have them come to your page, watch the specific content in the way that you want it. Everything is on your terms instead of it being the other way around. Everything being out of your control. You're just kind of sending your content out there. You've got no control over it. Right. Facebook kind of brings that back for you.
I would go as far as to say, and let me know if you disagree with this. If you have the 14 to 16 hours a day to grind on Twitch to grow, I would say you're actually better off getting a part-time job and going and earning $15 an hour in a part-time job and then taking that money and investing it into growing a Facebook gaming page with that money than streaming on Twitch with that same time. So if you have 14 hours a day, go get a 4-hour-a-day part-time job at $15 an hour and then stream with the other 8 hours a day that you have on Facebook and run ads there. You will get exponentially more traction doing that because it's in your control. Because you're able to control what audiences you reach. Because you're able to control how quickly your followers grow. Because you have money and time as your two factors to grow on Facebook. Whereas on YouTube, YouTube you can advertise, but it's really difficult to advertise and grow. Whereas on YouTube and Twitch, you only have time as your factor to grow on those platforms. And that's something that's really, really important to know about Facebook, is that it puts both tools in your hands. Both tools at your disposal, both resources, time and money are now available for you to grow. And if you're looking to reinvest money back into growing your audience, into growing your online business, for something like Twitch or YouTube, generally speaking, that investing back into your business is going to be hiring an editor, getting better graphics for your stream, maybe getting somebody to make your thumbnails, but none of it will directly contribute to your growth. Whereas on Facebook, you can literally just spend money and grow directly, not indirectly through quality improvements and things that might help you along the way. So it's one thing that you guys need to consider. But we're going deep into theory. Perrin, you've got some interesting statistics that may be really interesting to people that I wanted to show. You had a tweet that you sent yesterday that had some really cool stuff that people may not be aware of.
Yeah, so there is a recent article that popped up on the web this week with a new study that's been done between viewership on Facebook and viewership on YouTube. And this study has shown that people are watching content, video content, more on Facebook now by about a 5 to 6% margin. It's like 40% of the survey users watch Facebook, 41% YouTube. So it's marginally bigger, but this is the first time that we've seen it bigger. That we've seen, Facebook's strategy overcome YouTube's. So, and this is the kind of the turning point. And if you're watching both platforms closely, they're both developing features at almost exactly the same time.
Yep.
So they're so hyper competitive that it's very tough to figure out which one's going to break, but Facebook's strategy is starting to pay off more. And this is because they've designed a platform around more shorter, like consumable bite-sized video content.
Yeah.
Where they measure video views in 3-second and 10-second video views. They've divided it out and valued them differently. And they still watch time is definitely still a thing in their algorithm, but the platform isn't defined so much by this like long live streaming form necessarily. Like we're looking at Darkness 429. His streams were running from like 2 to 4 hours. You don't have to stream that long. You can stream for 15 minutes. You can stream for 30 minutes. And those are good bite-sized chunks of content on there. But generally speaking, viewership is coming through Facebook more now.
So help me understand that. So this study is saying Facebook video is more highly watched than YouTube. So people will be like, what? But they're going to be like, yes. Bullshit. There's no way that's true. They'll just be like, this is a complete garbage study. Like, obviously, YouTube is way more watched than Facebook. And even if Facebook is more watched, it's just soccer moms. So can you give us some details here?
Like, growth of the gaming content.
Yeah.
Look at the growth of the gaming content alone. Like I've been eyeing up Darkness 429 for a while. He was sitting at like 1,200 concurrents. Now he's up almost to 3K. I'm obviously I've been paying attention to it. I'm a social media person, and I like to see how the platforms are changing and evolving. And this one is exciting for me. But I've been watching concurrent viewership grow pretty rapidly on the platform. So, and they are hyper focused. Trust me on this one, guys. Facebook wants their gaming platform to succeed. They are pushing tons of energy into making sure that it does so. So that concurrent viewership going up, yeah. Is YouTube doing that? They've been pushing gaming, but they also just like pulled back their gaming feature. They just got rid of the gaming side of it, right? Or they changed it back. So, they were heavy on gaming, but now they're kind of pulling back a little bit. And they're like, okay, our gaming side's all right. We actually have a lot of gaming content here. We're going to make a page that just shows how much gaming content we have. Yeah. Instead of like really, really pushing it like Facebook is.
Let's be honest. This whole, hey, we graduated and now we have blah, blah, blah on YouTube gaming. They did not graduate. They got rid of YouTube gaming because it didn't work. So this page, youtube.com/gaming, you can only get this on your desktop computer or if you go into a web browser to look at it. Okay? So this is not the new gaming on YouTube or anything like that. YouTube gaming didn't work. So it's gone. And so, but Facebook gaming is working and it's growing and Facebook is investing in it. So that's something that you guys need to keep in mind. But one thing that's really, really important to note is that gaming on YouTube isn't dead. Gaming on YouTube, like not YouTube gaming, but gaming videos and live streams on YouTube has 200 million viewers each month, whereas Twitch only has like 15 million viewers each month. We do not know how many viewers Facebook gaming has or how much viewers Facebook has for gaming on a monthly basis. Those statistics are not publicly available yet. So I still feel we can say confidently that YouTube is still the king of gaming content today. And so don't get that twisted at all.
Yeah.
But it is the most competitive platform for gaming, hands down. And that's why you guys are watching the stream. That's why people will buy $10,000 classes to learn the secrets of YouTube and what have you, is because it is so insanely competitive. You basically have to have a master's degree in YouTube to be able to grow on YouTube in the long run. I'm not joking. You need to be like an industry expert to grow on YouTube, not just a good content creator. And so that's where it's at today. Now, in order to grow on Facebook, one of the interesting things is you need to actually start to become an advertising expert. And so no matter which path you go down, we're not saying there's an easy path. You have to gain industry expertise and specific skills in order to accomplish your goals. But what's interesting about Facebook is that it's not just time and knowledge, it's time, money, and knowledge that are now available for you. Whereas on YouTube, you can spend your money on YouTube video ads and you're not gonna go anywhere with that unless you're selling a product. Let's be honest, you're not gonna grow your channel through YouTube video ads most likely. And it's just the way it is. Like, that's just fact.
As an advertiser, I mean, I've run ads on Google AdWords for YouTube channels tons of times. I've done for Facebook too. It's just, you can't, views are expensive on YouTube because it's so competitive, and you're going to sink a lot of money for really not that many views, and they're not going to be very valuable views. I mean, I would not recommend it as a channel growth mechanism, because you're going to spend thousands and thousands, more than hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're not going to get the benefit that you need from that on YouTube. So
fair enough.
It's unfortunately true. I wish it wasn't true. I totally wish I could do some great advertisements and grow channels through video views, and it wasn't quite so expensive, but that's just the way it is.
Got it. So this new study, I want more studies, but this is a new study that shows that Facebook is more highly watched than YouTube. So all of you guys take this into account. We're not just making this stuff up. We're not telling you guys about Facebook being a big opportunity we're not pulling that out of our butts. Now, there's a question from one of my patrons that I want to address of YouTube gaming versus YouTube events. Which one is better to stream to? Which is the difference, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I want to wrap that one up because we were just talking about YouTube gaming. Let's be really clear. Okay. YouTube gaming is gone. It's dead. There is no YouTube gaming. So if you're looking to stream to YouTube gaming, that just doesn't exist. That is fiction. All that exists is youtube.com/gaming. This landing page that they use to say that gaming on YouTube has a destination. And that's it. Oops, I just switched the scene somehow. That's it. That's all that exists, is this destination right here. So I would not recommend streaming to YouTube gaming. I think that you're referring to, if you're using a tool like Restream.io, you can add a channel or whatever streaming platform you're using, and it'll say like stream to YouTube gaming. There's going to be a button there to stream to YouTube gaming. YouTube gaming is not different in any way than YouTube itself in terms of the YouTube's go live stream now feature versus YouTube's YouTube gaming feature. They are exactly the same because YouTube gaming does not exist anymore. Okay, so just that's the way that works. And so the follow-up question to that is, do I recommend live streaming to YouTube events, or should you live stream to stream now on YouTube? That's a question that I get a lot. I prefer YouTube events because you can schedule them ahead of time. People can be there waiting for your YouTube event prior to the stream starting, so you can actually start with concurrent viewers there waiting for you, and you can have it displayed on your channel ahead of time before the stream gets started, and people can set reminders. And the other benefit is, let's say you're going to do a stream this Thursday or Friday or Saturday. You can create the thumbnail, you can make all of the metadata, you can get that thing locked and loaded, so you don't have to deal with it the day that you're streaming. And the day that you're streaming, you can just sit down and hit stream and not have to deal with all the YouTube BS that you have to set up to actually have people click your live stream. So I highly recommend YouTube events as over YouTube Stream Now and over YouTube Gaming for all of those benefits I just mentioned a moment ago. Okay, cool. I wanted to address that one. That was from Helmets, one of my patrons. Beautiful. So we have way more to talk about here. So there was this study that was actually behind this survey where Facebook tops YouTube as the #1 channel for video. We got to look a little bit deeper into this because this is such a preposterous sounding claim. So I've got the study open right now. It tops YouTube as the #1 channel for video content according to new survey from Promo by Slidely. So is Promo by Slidely paid off by Mark Zuckerberg? Yes or no, Andrew Perrin?
I really doubt it. I mean, they look like a smaller time, technology insights brand, and that would really kind of mar their whole brand credibility. But obviously, everybody should look at this and form their own opinion. It is a survey, so
right.
Surveys you definitely should scrutinize. I always feel like I've looked at it, and I do think it seems legitimate. It's not. They're not claiming that big of a view difference. It's really, we're talking about 6 percentage points here, realistically. But in a world where there's two giant juggernauts vying over video content online, that 6% means a lot for like investors, et cetera, et cetera. So it doesn't seem like that bold of a claim realistically, but I would think I think it definitely makes sense. Facebook, from my perspective, has been pushing video a lot harder with their platform. And they are they are like one of the biggest. There's a lot of users on Facebook, and something that sometimes I think people forget is how much of the world is on Facebook already that they have to push video content to. All Facebook has to do is just design their features, their algorithms to hit those people. They've already got this massive user base. What they really need now is they need the creators. So we've got a company who is hungry for creators and to push its video platform. Whereas you've got a company who all they are is creators and they're oversaturated with creators. YouTube's not hungry for more creators. YouTube has so many creators that it doesn't know what to do with all of them. It wishes it could serve all of them. It can only serve the best of the best of the best, right? But someone like, and I'm going to go back to our Darkness 429 example because I love looking at his channel and trying to figure out the route he went. Obviously, I would predict that he was convinced by Facebook to swap from Twitch.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, yeah.
And that Facebook has been directly helping promote him to be a success because they need success stories to push the gaming side of their platform.
Yep.
And so they are specifically targeting creators and saying, basically, imagine this. Just imagine this scenario. You're, a medium-sized creator on Twitch or YouTube. Facebook comes to you and they're like, we're going to blow you up, but you got to come to our platform and do this exclusively. Would you say yes?
Now, this is speculation. I want to be clear that this is speculation, that this creator was pushed by Facebook, but why else would a very successful Twitch streamer that has 165,000 followers on Twitch just suddenly go to Facebook in 2017? Why would they ever do that? There has to be some extra reasons. So this is speculation. And of course, they're getting 2,000 concurrents right now on Facebook for Call of Duty Blackout. And guys, I'm sorry, there's 2,000 concurrents right there. Those aren't soccer moms. That ain't your grandma. Those are gamers. Okay, so
go read the comments. They're gamers.
Oh yeah, they're gamers. It's the same audience that's on Twitch.
Supporters of his stream.
Yeah.
They comment in the same way. They have fun in the comments. They do funny emojis, stuff like that. Like it's the same thing, realistically, just on a new platform. And obviously, speculation that Facebook did this for him. But I do know that Facebook did have a period where, and I mean, because I remember all the news articles coming out about it, where they were prepping for this. They were grooming creators for the gaming side.
Right.
And I just don't know if this was one of them specifically. The other thing I like to look at and speculate a bit, and I would predict also that he spent a good bit of advertising money on his page. He's got something around 300,000 page likes, which realistically, that sounds like a lot. That is not hard to do via advertising. That at most is like 3 to 5K at most. That's like highly targeted. I'm paying for like the best followers.
Hold on, go over that again. So he has 292,000 followers right now. Now, there is a difference between followers and likes, right? But go over that number because I think people don't understand how cheap it is to buy a gigantic following, irrelevant. Like, his following is not irrelevant. He's getting 2,000 concurrents right now by when he's streaming a video game. So these are not doo-doo followers. So how much money would it take to build a following like this?
I mean, it totally ranges on quality of followers, obviously. But if you're targeting like US, you know, I think he's US or Canadian. I'm not sure, one of the two.
Yeah.
But if you're targeting, you know, the North America, your US or Canada, generally it's going to be a little bit more expensive per like and follow. So it'll be anywhere from probably 2 to 5 cents per. So for 300,000, we're talking definitely less than $10,000 for sure.
Less
probably
than
more
10,000,
around
right?
I normally like equate like the 300,000 to about 3,000.
Right.
Would be relatively equatable. But I said 3 to 5,000, assuming that he did US and targeted a little bit more expensive.
So he only has 126,000 likes, and there are way more people that follow him. So people have to manually follow you. You can't pay for followers. You can only pay for likes. So by being promoted by Facebook, speculating on that, and by paying for likes, he actually ended up getting close to like 2.5 times the audience in follows on top of his likes. So that is interesting. So if you were to, just let's simplify this so everybody can understand. If I were to want to get 100,000, if I was a gaming creator, likes of gaming audience that likes my particular video game I'm covering, just generally speaking, and they speak English, generally speaking, to get 100,000 likes on my game, how much money does that cost?
About 5,000. And that's being conservative. I'm rounding up for some. I always do this when I give advertising, number quotes. I always give myself like this safety net. So I always round rates up a bit so that I give them a number, and then basically you'll normally get more than what the number I give you.
Yeah.
So that's 5,000. That's 5,000.
So $5,000, and you are a successful full-time creator. Now, obviously, I'm simplifying.
If you target the right audiences.
If you target the right audiences. But do you guys see what we're talking about here? I'm simplifying it, but for only $5,000, you'd be like, $5,000 is a lot of money. I hear you. But for $5,000, you could potentially be able to quit your job and go full-time creator for $5,000. Like people that have a job right now that are saving money, or people that are making like $300 or $400 per month. What if you invested that money into becoming a full-time creator? And I'm not talking about buying a $6,000 camera. Instead of buying that $6,000 camera, what if you invested that into Facebook ads like this guy did? For $5,000, you can get 100,000 relevant likes, and you could potentially be a full-time creator on Facebook. There's a price tag to the dream now. Now, obviously, I'm simplifying. We're simplifying a lot, and there's a lot of other factors. But do you guys see where we're going with this? It's in your control, and you can buy success for now. Once Facebook becomes something like YouTube, where it becomes extremely oversaturated with creators, like YouTube has way more creators than they know how to deal with, then guess what? That price is going to increase, and the dream of buying your way to success on Facebook is going to become unattainable, because the money that's coming into Facebook is going to be flooded by Coca-Cola, by all of these other companies that have unlimited marketing budgets. And then the price of attention is going to become way too high for you to afford. But today, for $5,000, full-time creator. Assuming that a lot of other factors go well and that you know what you're doing. But that's interesting. Whereas with something like YouTube, you can be like, well, for 1,000 hours of your time, maybe you could become a full-time creator. Maybe if you do maybes.
I did the quick calculator math on this real quick. So if you, let's say you would make $10 an hour streaming 40 hours a week. Let's just rough estimate. Not that you'd make that much, but that's how much money it would take to get big. Yeah. $10 per hour, right? So at that rate, at 40 hours a week, you're making $1,600. You would, or per month, you're making $1,600, or it would take you $1,600. So it would take you equivalent of streaming 40 hours a week for 3 months to make up that additional amount. of money. So that's the time versus like money difference there. 3
Right.
months of 40 hours a week, that's a full-time job. That's a lot of streaming. 40 hours a week versus just dropping. And it's not like you would have to drop that 5,000 in 1 month. You could drop it over a couple months. You could drop it over, you know.
Right.
And in fact, as an advertiser, I'd recommend spreading it out over time. But yeah, I mean, so it comes down to what is worthwhile more to you, your time or your money.
And time is money.
Fluctuate. And time is money. So I would argue, therefore, time is the most valuable thing you have. And you can't. This is also saying when I'm speculating about this mathematical part. This is also assuming that you gain success at the end of those 3 months. I would argue that that's probably not going to be the case. Most streamers don't get successful in 3 months.
Oh no!
So you can't even guarantee that your investment is going to bring a return. Whereas on Facebook, you at least know you're getting results for your money. Now,
right, assuming that you're setting up your advertisements correctly, which
assuming that you've kind of got some knowledge on what you're doing there. I will say that the advertising back end of Facebook is extremely robust, very intimidating for any newcomers coming into it. It's easy for me. I've been doing it for 7 years, but it is intimidating the first time you go into it. So
right.
There's that part of it. You got to learn like this whole kind of new platform. If you're not an advertiser, you got to learn some things there. But relatively speaking, if you're still spending money, you're still getting something in return almost instantly with advertising.
So I want to say,
ends up helping you though is a question of how much you know. So
correct. Yeah. So the better the targeting, the better the advertising on Facebook, the faster the results for your money. And I want to tell you guys this. I'm not going to disclose who it is, but one of the full-time creators that is one of my patrons is doing this strategy now. Right after this live stream, Andrew Parent is going to be helping one of my full-time creators that I coach through Patreon to make a Facebook page. They're going to be paying for advertising, and they're going to start blowing the hell up on Facebook and putting their money where their mouth is. I'm putting my money where my mouth is on Facebook right now. I'm spending $200 a month starting yesterday, actually. Andrew Parent set up the ads with me. I'm putting $200 per month behind my Facebook page. And I'm growing my likes, and I'm also growing video views there so I can start blowing up on Facebook. Because guess what? That is in my control. And I'm able to reinvest the money I'm making through my content and through what I'm doing for you guys and the value I'm providing you guys. And where am I personally deciding to reinvest my money? Facebook. I'm letting you know that I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I am investing in Facebook right now as well. And so a lot of people out there are like, but I just want to grow on YouTube. I hear you. We will continue to help you try to grow on YouTube. But just so you know, it is the most difficult path to success is growing on YouTube. And so we'll keep helping you climb. Well, what was the analogy you used before in this example of difficulty?
Oh, it's like you're trying to free climb the steepest face of the mountain when there is potentially a hidden path on the other side that you can just walk up.
Yep.
Is that the right one? Yeah.
That's the one. And the hidden path, we are showing it to you right now. It's called Facebook.
Here's the thing. So we're talking about going to Facebook. I mean, you can kind of, and you're doing something interesting here where you're taking your business money and your earnings from YouTube, et cetera, investing in the Facebook.
Right.
Those can help your YouTube. You can help your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Like, you can market the fact that you also have a YouTube channel to the people who watch you on Facebook. And maybe those people actually like YouTube more and they end up going there to watch your content. You're still picking up followers, and your most hardcore diehard fans are going to follow you to places that you exist online. Maybe because a lot of people, I mean, are on multiple platforms. I'm on multiple platforms. Andrew, I know you're on multiple platforms. Most of us are on multiple social media platforms. I don't just watch YouTube all day. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. I'm a social media guy, so like I'm on everything. But generally speaking, there's enough social media platforms out there that most of us are on multiple ones.
Yep.
So it stands to reason that if you build a following on Facebook, you can at least convert a portion of that to also watch you on YouTube. So you can actually help your YouTube strategy by going off of YouTube.
Echo Gaming says in chat, I would drop 5K if it meant I could be full-time today in a second. Well, what I'm telling you, Echo, is that if you did have $5,000 to invest in Facebook right now, there is a strong probability that you would be able to, I mean, there's a strong probability you could make your money back, no problem. But there's a strong probability that if you invested soon, before this becomes too crowded, before everybody else out there, guys, is going to figure out what darkness did. They're going to figure out, oh my gosh, this guy invested a little bit of I can invest a little bit of my YouTube money and my Twitch money into Facebook and blow the hell up now. But I've been plateauing all of this time. I haven't been able to grow. I've been slamming my head against the wall. How do I grow? As soon as the secret gets out that you just invest your YouTube money, your Twitch money, maybe your money you made in your job into Facebook and you can grow, creators are going to be jumping on this. They're going to be doing it. And within a year, you won't be able to buy it anymore. It'll become too hot of a commodity and it'll just become too crowded. And then at that point, Facebook gaming will have its kings and the people on top, and then everybody else who's trying to get there. And it'll become just like YouTube and just like Twitch. So that's why Perrin and I are talking about Facebook gaming is the land of opportunity and Mixer is the land of opportunity, because there aren't kings there that you can't knock off the throne. That king could be you. It's actually possible for it to be you, not just some become a rock star dream 1 in a million chance. There are factors in your control to make it happen. Money.
Yeah.
In this case, money. On Mixer, the factor is time. But your time on Mixer can be spent in a platform that's less competitive, and so therefore there's a higher probability that when you spend your time on Mixer, you'll actually acquire audience. Whereas if you spend your time on Twitch, who knows? Look, I'm on the Twitch subreddit all day. I'm checking out all the posts there. And you know how many posts I see of people that have been streaming on Twitch? It's actually really sad. And I'm not saying that they are pathetic people. I love the fact that they're hustling and they're trying, but it's really sad to see post after post after post of people saying, I've been streaming to 0 viewers for a year. 0 for a year. That happens all the time on Twitch, and it's not. I'd
say that's more common than not.
Yeah, of course it's more common than not, because the only streams that get seen on Twitch are the top ones. Nobody else gets seen. Nobody else is scrolling for days. I'm pulling it up right now. Like, seriously, who navigates Twitch? What percentage of people, when they click Call of Duty Black Ops, and then they go look down the list to see what they want to watch, who's scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to the, come on, who's going all the way down here to the bottom to the people with no views? I just went past 100 perfectly good live streams just now. Am I really going to go past another 1,000
users
to reach you?
In their defense, there are some Twitch users who do try to support the very small streamers, but they're rare, and those are just very kind-hearted individuals who are very supportive, and they have like a supportive nature to them. But I'd say that they're a rare commodity for sure.
Yeah, they are a rare commodity. Rich, welcome to the stream. Good to see you in chat. Shout out to Zach O'Neill as well, and Triple X who's watching live. But anyway, we're trying to illustrate a point. All right, I know I'm speaking in absolutes like a Sith, but we're trying to illustrate a point that there is an opportunity, and we want you guys to be aware of the opportunity. Whether you decide to go get that opportunity is up to you. But Andrew Perrin and I are investing our money into Facebook. We see that as being the opportunity, and we're going to be helping my patrons right now start to make a YouTube to Facebook expansion. So this is not a abandon your Twitch avenue strategy. This is not a abandon your YouTube channel strategy. This is an expand to Facebook strategy. That's what we're talking about right now. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else we want to say about Facebook? Because Mark Zuckerberg paid us how much money to say all of this?
Absolutely nothing. In fact, he took all my personal information.
Right.
So if anything, I stand to gain something. No, I think we should caveat the stream a little bit with a couple of things. Obviously we seem very pro Facebook. That's not necessarily true. We're more pro opportunity, and it's very rare online that you see this opportunity where you can go to a new creator space and there's a lot of growth. It's like the Wild West. There's like, you could blow up. And I've been looking for those opportunities. I watch them for them, in my job, in my career, and in my personal life. Like it's like when the beginning of Twitch happened, like that's big, like you could just go there and you had a chance to blow up. For budding creators or people who want to get big, you need to keep an eye out and at least attack those opportunities. Maybe it won't turn out. In this case, maybe even if you did sink $5,000 into this Facebook page, it wouldn't. I've grown lots of Facebook pages with ads, etc. I specifically haven't tried growing a gaming page with 5K yet.
Right.
Yet. I will be though. So what we're saying to a degree is speculative, but to a degree it isn't, because I understand the underlying algorithms behind Facebook. I know how advertising works. I know that Facebook pages were designed to be advertising platforms,
right?
And that creators in this space, if they're paying for advertising, they're supported by Facebook's algorithm,
right?
So I can support it through evidence that I've witnessed. I've seen Facebook groom creators specifically so they're more successful. So we're kind of putting together logic to tell you that we think very strongly that there is a big opportunity here, but it's still to a degree unproven. It's still the Wild West over here on Facebook. We're not really sure how big it's going to blow up. It looks like it's going to. It looks like it's going to be a huge opportunity. But if you don't strike on those, even if you're not sure, then you're never going to get big. That's how people get big. They get big because they strike and they take a risk. They take a risk on an opportunity that may or may not work out. And, as most business entrepreneurs know, a lot of times those fail, but it's the one time that it succeeds is all that you need. And so, yeah, you keep as long as you keep attacking those opportunities and striving for it, you will eventually get big. And this is one that I think that has a good chance of making you guys big. If you dive into it, you do what you do in terms of making good content, you begin to understand the advertising side of it. I definitely wouldn't recommend anybody spending $5K without having some advertising expertise in there to help you out. I would definitely recommend talking to someone who has some before you do that. But to a degree, like attack the opportunity while it's there, and it will work out for some of you. It might not work out for the others. I hope it works out for all of you, but it's an opportunity that I strongly believe in, and that's why we're so enthusiastic about talking about it on this stream.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's the other thing to say about opportunity. When we've both been a part of these conversations over the last 9 years with creators. And there was a conversation that was happening 7 years ago when people were talking about Twitch, and we were talking with those people. And they were saying, you know what, Twitch is dead, or Twitch isn't a real opportunity, or Justin TV is blah, blah, blah dead. And we also were part of those conversations about YouTube gaming. Should you invest in YouTube gaming? Shouldn't you? People saying no, and people being like, well, and the point of me bringing all of this up is when it is unknown whether you can grow on something, but it looks like it could be promising, that's the point when there's opportunity. As soon as people know that an opportunity is a for sure thing and a sure bet, it's too late. Opportunity gone.
For sure.
As soon as everybody knew that streaming full time on YouTube was a thing, that opportunity was gone. As soon as everybody knew that streaming full time on Twitch was a thing, that opportunity is gone. So it's still kind of an unknown thing on Mixer right now. It's still kind of an unknown thing on Facebook right now. People aren't quite sure whether it's going to work out or not. That means that this is your chance to get in there and to win. As soon as everybody knows it's a sure bet, it's too late. You lost the opportunity. You lose. The people that got in there early win. It's that simple.
I got a quick story with that, actually. When Justin TV first became Twitch, I would live stream on there like every once in a while, TF2, and get concurrent 200 viewers. I did not realize what I had while I had it, because that was when it was Wild West. That's when everything was unsure of like how successful that thing was going to be.
Yep.
And so I just thought, 200 users, that's kind of cool, whatever. Didn't think much of it until I realized that Twitch was a huge opportunity. As soon as I realized that, it was too late. I wasn't getting 200 concurrent viewers anymore. I was getting 0 to 1. So I missed out because I didn't recognize that something was big before everyone else knew that it was big.
Yep.
You got to make that judgment call, and you got to attack it. And you got to not be afraid of being wrong about it. Don't be afraid of failure. Like, I mean, if anything, I've learned even if you fail, you gain a lot from it. So even if you go to Facebook and fail, you're still going to pick up people that love your content and that follow you everywhere at the very least. So
that's pretty much it. That's the bottom line. We've seen these opportunities rise and fall. Twitch and YouTube are not the opportunities right now. You can grow on them. It's just extremely unlikely that you will. We will help you continue to try to grow on those platforms, but if you want to really grow and you want the big opportunities, it's these emerging platforms. It's the ones that everybody hasn't jumped on board yet. You're looking at Facebook gaming, you're looking at Mixer, and we're also looking a bit further down the road at Reddit video as well. So we're going to keep talking about that on the digital drop. I think that's going to wrap this one up. And sorry if it seemed like Mark Zuckerberg paid us a lot of money to do this stream. Mark Zuckerberg, please pay us a lot of money. We're happy to have you be our first sponsor. Unfortunately, he didn't give us any money today. The Lizard Man is, he controls everything. Beautiful. Andrew Perrin, where can people follow you if they want to follow up with you on social media strategy and gain your expertise and just ask you some follow-up questions about Facebook since we've been talking about it so much today?
So Twitter is actually a good spot to converse with me. So twitter.com/cm_Astral. I'm also on Instagram, Insta with Astral. And Facebook, my Facebook page, you might have a harder time finding because I haven't owned my URL yet. But if you look up Astral, you should be able to find me somewhere on there. If you can recognize I use the same kind of avatar photo everywhere. But the best place to chat with me regularly is Twitter, for sure.
Okay, awesome. I'm posting that in live chat as well. It's in the description of the YouTube stream. Thank you all so much for watching The Digital Drop, and soon this will be available on podcast avenues, and we'll be asking all of you guys to give us a rating on Apple Podcasts so that we can go viral on those platforms for free. Sweet. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Keep making amazing content and have a fantastic weekend. Adios, amigos. See you next Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for the live version of The Digital Drop.
See you guys.